Hello fellow horror geeks, and welcome to a video that's going to do double duty. So you're going to see this twice. If you watch all my videos, you can see it in two different forms. Coming out first is day 5 of 100 Days of Horror 2019. And then also will be part of Seen Them All for the series that this was part of. And today's movie is 1995's The Ring. Now I know what you're thinking. The Ring came out in 1998 originally in Japan, but you'd be right. But before that version that came out theatrically, but there was a TV version that came out in 1995 first. That's been kind of forgotten along the way. It hasn't been released in the United States, I don't think. I ended up finding on YouTube with a version that said hard subtitles, but things that had 0 subtitles. So I did watch it, not knowing any Japanese, but knowing the story of Ring, I was able to follow everything. I read the original trilogy of books, and of course I've seen the American and Japanese versions before. So I'm well familiar with the story, so I was able to follow the story beats and kind of see how they lined up. Now this version actually is the closest one to the book. That's in this case in several ways. One, Sadako is older. And also what happens to her. So I'm going to get a little spoiler here for the book and for this version. Where Sadako is normally a child in the other versions, the version that came out later, the American remake of that, here she is an adult, and then she's killed by a doctor because he committed sexual assault on her and then found out that she's actually intersex, and he freaks out of that, so he kills her, tosses her down the well, tosses some rocks on her, and that's what causes the curse. And at the same time he gives her smallpox as he had it. She was coming to see a clinic to see her father who has tuberculosis, and that clinic was regularly torn down, and that's when the new cabins were built over that. So it's a major change to that. That's something that factors in more into the books. I think the change they made in the 1998 movie to make Sadako younger, more psychically powerful, and more of a direct curse is a better idea. Here we have something that's a lot lighter. It's more of a medical virus, so it doesn't really affect you anyway. Like, you get it started and then it kills you later on if you don't solve it, rather than continuing to mess with your head and fuck with you and make things happen. So thus the actual killing at the end when she comes out of TV is not part of this version because it's not in the book. It's something I said came out with in 1998 for that version. So here you see her as a kind of a ghost, and she then comes close to you and then puts her arms around your neck, and you have a heart attack and die from being scared. A little different than the everything turning off and she coming out. She comes at you, related to her death and the thing above it. In this case, the TV getting imprinted. Though TV movies can be scary, ghost watch. This case isn't really. Then again, also I'm not hearing it Japanese, but the lighting never got to anything different. It's all really procedural, which kind of keeps everything a little further back as the mystery gets solved. In the surprising turn of events, there's actually a bunch of nudity, both, when Sadako has her sexual assault, but early in the film when one of the victims from the cabin is killed, she's having sex in a car, and then this full out boobs on Japanese TV, which nothing happens to that in the movie, which is kind of weird. But it's an interesting first take at it. You can see why the novel worked as it was. The 1988 version is a lot better, and I like 2002 version above that. But it's still an interesting sidebar when it comes to looking at the series, which is a huge series. As I am going through, if you're watching this as part of Seen Them All, the franchise look, there's so many Ring movies to come, so many Ju-On movies to come. Watching is 100 Days of Horror to be in July, so the actual rest of these of the rest will come out in January. So thank you for however you're watching it. If you're watching this the second time as part of Seen Them All, thank you for watching my thoughts on Ring 1995 a second time. I appreciate that. So the next on 100 Days of Horror will be Willow Creek from Bobcat Goldthwait, and then the next for Seen Them All will be a couple of the Ju-On early shorts before they got to the movies for that. And 100 Days of Horror gets this little extra bit at the end. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow's movie, and go to the website and see what everyone's working on. Facebook as well. Thank you, and see you next time.